Here for XTV at Radio 1's Academy at the Exeter Phoenix. I'm currently joined with actor and presenter Tyger Drew-Honey. Hello Tyger, how are we doing?
Oh, I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm good actually. I'm going to get a bit close to you because my arm doesn't stretch that far. There we go, that's alright, that's better. Right, I want to talk to you because you've had an interesting career so far because you've kind of made a transition between actor to presenter. Was that a conscious choice of yours or did it kind of just something you fell into because the opportunity arose?
I mean, with my whole career, I've been very lucky, but actually just going into presenting, which is something I love, and I love how diverse presenting is. It is, you know, pardon me, it's something that I did fall into because I was doing a sitcom called Cuckoo for a production company, which were quite a young yet successful company, and they basically wanted to start doing factual. And because of the sort of landscape at that time, there was more sort of 25 to 30-year-old women presenters, so they wanted a younger male presenter. And they'd work with me, so we had a meeting. I was like, yeah, I'll do that. That'd be cool, yeah. And then, you know, just really lucky. One thing led to another, and then I made some documentaries, and hopefully I'll be making some more.
Let's hope. And have you found that the growing up in front of the camera has kind of complemented and informed your career as a presenter? Do the two kind of go hand in hand a little bit?
Without question. I mean, you know, there's a whole kind of science to production of any sort. Do you want me to hold that, by the way?
You know.
I feel a bit,
That's fair.
So I think when you work on a set, whether it's an acting set or a documentary, you're working with the sound department and a camera department, and you get to know how things work and how to be professional in that kind of environment, what certain words mean that you might not hear outside of a kind of filming environment. And I definitely think I've learnt far more than I would ever have learnt just working and sort of doing things that I've done than I'd ever learn in some kind of presenting or acting school. I really think so.
Yeah, I'm still back. And say, the stuff that you've covered in your documentaries, they're kind of, some of them are quite taboo subjects. You did one on porn, you had sexuality. Do you feel that TV has a place and even a duty to kind of bring these typically taboo subjects into a more public conversation?
I think that's one of the really good things about the media in all of its senses. You know, it's something that we've only had for, you know, a few decades properly, and it's completely changed the world. You can show things to people all over the world that, you know, come from a specific country, and it's just a fantastic way of sharing. And because of that, you've got various different channels and various different sort of genres of things which try and cover different areas. All of my documentaries have been for the BBC 3. And I think that channel especially is really sort of pushing the boundaries for young people and looking at things which aren't necessarily in everyone's sort of definition of normal, but you know, there are people, all kinds of people in the world, and I think the media is something which helps bring attention to those interesting things.
You have done some risque things in the name of investigative journalism. Had back-sack and crack wax on telly. You got involved in that kind of like virtual sex tour. You dressed up in drag. Are there moments, or do you think there will be moments in your career where you go, actually no, that's just a bit too far for me?
Personally, I don't think so. I mean, I love doing things that, you know, as I just said, sort of pushing the boundary. I'm more than happy to sort of get naked on camera, have sex with a machine on camera, have my bum waxed on camera. I think, you know, there's a slightly, I'll be completely honest, there's a slightly egotistical part to me which thinks, if I do this, people are going to think I'm really out there, which is good because I want people to know that I am. And I don't really, you know, sometimes you see things like a presenter's presenting something and he's kept his clothes on, whereas all his contributors are naked. And I think it really takes away from the credibility. Like, you're not actually putting yourself there properly. You're not really doing it. It's an excuse to do things that I'd never do. I'm not, you know, someone hasn't just caught me doing it on a Sunday. I'm actually, you know, this is my job. You can't blame me for doing it. And I think that's quite a nice excuse to do really, really weird things.
Finally, in a tweet-length snippet, I know you tweet, so I feel like you can do this. Advice for people aspiring to get into television, be that presenting, acting, just into the industry.
I think you need to persevere and put yourself out there in as many situations in front of as many people, and hopefully someone will really like you, and they'll have some bargaining chips where they've got some influence, and they'll sort of get you some sort of job, and then you do well at that job. I haven't really concised this, have I? But it's all about putting yourself out there in as many situations as possible and being the best you can be.
I like it.
That's the one.
That last bit was definitely, that would fit into a tweet, definitely. Tyger, thank you so much for chatting to me.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. I've been Alicia Pocock for XTV at Radio 1 Academy with Tyger Drew-Honey. Bye for now. Woo, thank you so much.